Ladies and gentlemen, imagine two people standing before the same laws, under the same system, in the same country. Yet, one walks away with justice, while the other one walks away unheard. Now let me ask you one question, ladies and gentlemen. Is justice truly equal for everyone? My name is Ariel Suntoro, and I'm a representative of Gunadarma University. And this question lies at the heart of SDG 16. Peace, justice, and a strong institution. A global commitment to ensure a peaceful world, an accessible justice, and a strong social institution. But today, this is not only a global issue. It is a human reality that affects millions of lives. In many parts of the world, justice is not equally accessible. Some people cannot afford legal support. Some are being silenced by their social status. And some have slowly stopped believing in the system altogether. Martin Luther King Jr. once said that injustice anywhere is a threat for justice everywhere. And when an institution are not strong, fairness becomes uncertain, and justice begins to lose its meaning. To understand this better, ladies and gentlemen, let us look at the reality. In many communities, people still struggle to access legal system. It is not only because they do not seek justice, but because justice felt distant for them. It felt complex, and sometimes it felt unreachable. For an example, individuals from marginalized background often face barriers such as limited resources, the lack of legal knowledge, and the systemic inequality that exists to oppress them. This creates a situation where justice only exists on a principle level, but it doesn't exist on the practical level. The consequence goes far beyond the courtroom, ladies and gentlemen. It shapes how people see their future. It determines whether they feel protected or abandoned. And when people begin to lose trust, not only in institution, but in justice itself, peace, the hopeful peace that we want to keep and build, becomes fragile. So we must ask ourselves this: is justice a right for everyone? Or is it only a privilege for those who could reach it? Because justice is not only about the laws written on paper. It is about how those laws are being experienced by real people. John Rawls once argued that justice is the first virtue of a social institution. And without that virtue, no system could truly stand. Ladies and gentlemen, to achieve SDG 16, we must go far beyond acknowledging just the problem. We must start by improving the access to justice, to ensure that every individual, regardless of their background, could seek for a fair treatment. We must demand transparency so that the decisions that are being made by the institution are clear and accountable. And most importantly, we must build trust. Because without trust, even the strongest system will fail. This requires collaboration. Government must create a fair policy. Institutions must uphold their integrity. And society must remain aware and engaged. Because a strong institution is not defined by its power, but by the trust that they earn from the people that they serve. And in the end, ladies and gentlemen, a just society is not measured by how perfect its laws are, but by how fairly those laws are being felt by its people. And the real question is, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to build that kind of society? Thank you.